This is how you're gonna get out of your comfort zone and learn how to make the uncomfortable comfortable in just 5 easy steps. Hello everybody and welcome to the third episode of season 2 of the Behind HB podcast. Hi, hello, my name is Brooke, also known as Honeybrook, and in today's podcast episode, we are talking about how to make the uncomfortable comfortable. But before we get started, I have a few announcements. So not only are we on YouTube, SoundCloud, but now we are officially on Spotify. Yes, you heard that right. The Behind HB podcast is officially on Spotify, which to me that is so cool because how did that even happen? But also, I don't know if I'm going to continue posting on SoundCloud. I'm going to try and finish out season 2 on SoundCloud, but if we keep doing like a season 3 or just keep going forward, I don't know if I'm going to continue on SoundCloud. I might just be strictly YouTube and Spotify. But also the It Starts With You journal is doing amazing, great. More people are getting their hands on it, and honestly I just feel so blessed, so lucky. It's had such a more positive feedback than I was kind of expecting, so I'm very grateful for that. It is still available. It's not like it's limited edition or anything, but I'm just saying it is still available on Amazon. Links are in the description in my HB library link, and then all of my other books are there. But basically, if you are new here, I wrote this book, this self-help book / journal, and it has a whole bunch of moments from the Behind HB podcast, but also just inspiring readings, quotes, affirmations, and also journaling prompts and even coloring pages. So getting into today's topic, you know how we roll 5 easy steps to whatever the topic may be. In this case, it's 5 easy steps to getting out of your comfort zone. Getting out of your comfort zone and learning how to make the uncomfortable comfortable, in a sense, can be a huge and very scary thing. And so I feel like the only real way to start and actually take proactive steps into doing that is going to be number 1, and that is baby steps. And what I mean by that is go on a solo date and go to somewhere that's familiar, or just do something in general by yourself, because that can be very scary. But it's go somewhere, to a restaurant, the library, a park, whatever, right? Go on a walk by yourself in your neighborhood, somewhere that's familiar, to where you're still getting out by yourself and getting out of your comfort zone. This is honestly the perfect place to start a getting out of your comfort zone journey, because you already know these places and you already know these activities, so it's a way less intimidating than trying to figure out something brand new, and also trying to figure out an entirely new place, because that could be very scary by yourself. With that being said, number 2 is opening yourself up to new interests. Now, I don't want to get into the whole topic of trying new things just yet, because I could easily go on a little tangent and say, try new things, that'll get you out of your comfort zone, but it's a lot easier said than done, and trying new things can be very scary. What I mean by opening yourself up to new interests, in a sense, is listen to a music genre that you wouldn't normally gravitate towards, or watch a movie genre that you wouldn't normally pick, or watch a new movie that you never thought you would watch. So just little things along with baby steps that is getting you out of your comfort zone, opening your eyes up, opening your mind up to new things that you probably wouldn't normally gravitate towards. And realistically, all of the little things add up to the big thing. And once you start getting comfortable with seeing new things, trying new food, that's a good one. You start to kind of get used to it and be hey, I like this idea of trying new things, where at first it didn't even really seem like it, but I mean, trying new foods, listening to new music, those are all little things, right? And I mean, you might even work your way up to traveling by yourself, if that's the ultimate goal, or starting to go more places by yourself, but that is still too new. So trying all these little things at first and kind of working your way up to the big goal is such a perfect place to start too, because it is still progress and you are still getting somewhere to your end goal. honestly, you would never know the things that you might fall in love with, things that you would never even expect if you stayed closed-minded, didn't open yourself up to trying new things, even if it's little, because ultimately all these little things, like I said before, add up to the big goal, and that is eventually how, 1, you get out of your comfort zone, 2, make the uncomfortable comfortable, and 3, learn how to try new things and make trying new things your new normal. Okay, number 3, we're starting to get into some scary territories here, and that is denying yourself and also practicing uncomfortable situations. So what I mean by that is basically like kind of goes along with a fixed mindset, where if your brain is telling you, oh no, something's scary, I don't know if I can do that, I don't want to try it, that seems too new, too scary, keep me far away from that, you go ahead and do it anyways. Let's say, I feel like the perfect example for this is like karaoke night. Nobody's go-to, I mean, unless you're an aspiring singer, like, go right ahead, but usually when you don't have liquid courage in you and you're just chilling, right, you're probably not going to gravitate towards karaoke, especially when there is like a crowd of people watching, right? Your brain might be telling you, oh no, like this is way too uncomfortable for me, like I'm definitely going to pass out on stage, whatever, right? But not, again, baby steps, but instead what you should do is do the karaoke, sing your favorite song, even if you're terrible, nobody's going to be paying attention, and if they do, who cares, especially if it's in a new place that you don't know anybody and nobody knows you. At least you did it, and they talked themselves out of it. So at the end of the day, I mean, don't listen to your fixed mindset, because same with fear, that will always hold you back, and I feel like practicing uncomfortable situations and pushing yourself harder to do the thing that was like, okay, no, that is way too uncomfortable, way too scary, and doing it anyways, ultimately just leads to your growth. Look at it this way, discomfort situations ultimately leads to your personal growth, and having a fixed mindset, like we talked about last week in episode 2, which was how to make yourself more intelligent, but honestly just doing a deep dive into the growth versus fixed mindset. We all know that a fixed mindset holds you back, so don't let your fixed mindset hold you back from your personal growth. And if that comes with a discomfort situation or something that you wouldn't normally do, ultimately that will just lead to a stronger you and a better you. Okay, number 4 is appreciating solitude. So this one kind of goes along with the first one and kind of everything I've just been saying all together, which is like to get out of your comfort zone, the easiest thing to do is go to places by yourself. Even if they're familiar, they don't have to be new places. You don't have to go on a cruise by yourself or to a different country. Literally just taking a walk around your neighborhood by yourself, pop your headphones in, or if you don't feel comfortable doing that for safety reasons, I totally get that. But also, if you feel uncomfortable going places by yourself, here's what I do that makes me feel the most comfortable in a sense, because I mean, like, obviously, like, I'm a girl, we all get it, that, like, we don't have as much freedom to go places by ourselves as we should, but, what I do, especially when I go to concerts or shows by myself, or, like, I used to go to theme parks by myself, I would always film. I would always vlog, and I know people don't feel comfortable doing that because you're gonna look weird in public, but honestly, that's the point. And if people see you filming yourself, even if it's just like you're constantly taking pictures of yourself or even just like the surrounding area, nobody's gonna mess with you. And that is always what I preach. Like, when people ask me, like, why are you so comfortable going places by yourself? Like, aren't you worried about your safety? And I'm like, honestly, no. But like, I feel silly saying no, but like, I'm cautious. Obviously, I'm aware of my surroundings. I carry protection. Like, I know things, I know the dangers, but at the same time, I know that if something was to happen, I have everything that was happening before that on video. And if it's not on video, it's probably like pictures of me or the surrounding areas. So like, my tracks are always covered. So that is the biggest thing. And honestly, if you're not comfortable vlogging, if you don't want to be a vlogger, or even just like silly little story updates or sending videos to your friends. I mean, like, even just taking like a selfie in public, if you are like, okay, hold on, pause that, let's just get back to like appreciating solitude. Let's say like you're just walking down the street, you feel cute, you want to take a selfie, but people around you, like, you're gonna look weird if you just stop and take a selfie, right? That is the point. Stop, take the selfie, look around, realize everybody is so busy in their own lives that they're not gonna pay attention to you. And if they do, one, you probably don't know them and they don't know you. If you do know them, who cares, right? At the same time, it's all about mindset. I preach that all the time, and I'm gonna wait and touch on that a little bit later. But I mean, take the selfie, because at the same time, everybody is so concerned about what they're doing and their actions that they're not gonna notice what other people around them are doing. And if that's taking selfies, vlogging, doing whatever, right? As long as you're not hurting anybody else, who cares? So I accidentally just jumped the gun, got ahead of myself, and I accidentally talked about 5. I was looking back at my notes to see what number 5 was going to be, and it literally was like, nobody around you cares what you're doing, and like realizing nobody actually cares. So instead, since we just talked about that, I'm going to continue talking about the whole mindset thing. I remember in season 1, I talked heavily about, I don't remember what episode it is, I'm sorry, I feel like I've just talked about this continuously. I know I definitely was talking about it when, like, I was saying social media is fake, and when you realize that, like, truly realize that, it changes the game, changes everything. But in this case, the mindset of realizing people don't actually care what you're doing and, like, they're too worried about themselves, that changes everything completely. I know, like, it is a huge thing, and I still find myself feeling, like, judged in a sense, and like especially if it's like a new crowd of people, you don't want to have that impression of people where like, oh, like she's a vlogger, like she must be self-centered or whatever. Like, you don't want people to have that image of you. People are gonna have negative thoughts about you no matter what. I mean, you can't make everybody happy. It sucks. This is coming from the biggest people pleaser out there. And it's like, I feel like I hold myself back so much because I am afraid of that judgment in a sense, but also like I do have those sparks of confidence where it's like, I don't care what people think. I'm going to keep doing me if it makes me happy. If I'm not hurting anybody, what is the point of putting my own happiness at jeopardy just to please other people who don't even know me and I don't know them? Let people think whatever they want. And at the end of the day, you can't make everybody happy, and at the same time, like, even if you're trying, you're probably making yourself miserable at the same time that you're trying to make everybody else happy. So, with that being said, as long as you're not hurting anybody, who cares? Who cares? I think, forget the whole make uncomfortable comfortable. The message of this episode should just be who cares. So I hope this episode helped somebody. I really had fun doing this episode, and I felt like I was very passionate during this episode because I've been, oh my gosh guys, I have been wanting to do this episode literally for so long. Ever since I got the tagline in my head, making uncomfortable comfortable, it hasn't left my brain, and I've just been so excited to talk about it. So it's finally here. I really hope that this helps somebody. I really liked how this episode turned out and the messages I was able to come up with and deliver. A lot of the things that I was talking about weren't in my notes, and they kind of just came up in the moment. So I really hope this helped somebody out there. I could keep talking about this, but I'm going to wrap it up here. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you are watching and or listening, I appreciate you being here. Make sure to like, subscribe, follow, comment wherever you're watching, and let me know if you're gonna try any of these things. Let me know if you are in the beginning of your comfortable journey, because I would love to see and hear your guys' progress. And I think this would be a really cool like challenge to do over on my TikTok, maybe like for a month, like making, oh my gosh, this is so good, making like a little jar, putting 31 things in there to do each day, something that's actually like manageable to do to either get yourself out of your comfort zone or just make yourself happy, something that goes towards your self-help journey. So I don't know if that's a good idea. I don't know, it just sounds really fun. Maybe I'll do it. Who knows? Anyways, I'm rambling. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys!